Hello everybody, welcome to my channel Circuitry Simplified by Dr. Shobha Nikam. Before we start, subscribe to my channel, press the bell icon so that you will get notifications about newly uploaded videos. In this video, I'll tell you how to implement 6 transistor CMOS based SRAM cell using Microwind software.
This is schematic of 6 transistor SRAM cell. It consists of two back-to-back connected inverters and word line WL, bit line BL and BL bar. In case of 6 transistor SRAM cell, it can store single bit data at a time. So we can either write data into SRAM cell or we can read data from SRAM cell based on value of word line. If word line is 1, we can write data into SRAM cell. Here you can see in the schematic, when word line is 1, N2 transistor and N4 transistors will turn on, because these two are N channel MOSFETs and they turns on when input is 1. So we can write data from bit line to 6 transistor SRAM cell, and when word line is 0, we can read data from SRAM cell. To design this SRAM, we'll use Microwind software. So file, new project. Here we'll start design with first back-to-back connected inverters. So select MOSFETs first, NMOS, generate device plus NMOS. To create inverter, we need to connect one P channel MOSFET and one N channel MOSFET. So select PMOS and generate device. Place PMOS exactly above NMOS. Now here you can see there is no alignment between PMOS and NMOS. So to have alignment, you can stretch and move any one MOSFET. So here I'll select NMOS and I'll move it slightly below PMOS. Here the black screen which you can see is a P substrate. So on P substrate we can create N channel MOSFET directly, but to create P channel MOSFET we must have N substrate. So here this green area is N well, and inside this N substrate P channel MOSFET is created. In schematic you can see inverter is created by connecting gate terminals together and drain terminals together. So here we'll first connect gate terminals. Select polysilicon. Undo because there is no alignment. Select polysilicon and connect gate terminals. Stretch and move. Control U. We want one more inverter, so we'll just copy this inverter and we'll paste it here. Connect drain terminals also. First drain terminal of another inverter. So two inverters are created. NMOS is used in pull down network and PMOS is used in pull up network. So connect ground to pull down network and VDD to pull up network. Keep checking DRC while doing schematic. It indicates design rules. Connect VDD. Here you can see VDD supply. When we design any circuit, we need to connect VDD to N well also. Connect VDD to N well also. Ground here. Now if you compare this layout with schematic, the core terminal is ready. We need to connect word line and we need to connect bit lines also. So select two more N channel MOSFETs. MOS generator, NMOS, generate device, place here. One more MOSFET, generate device, and place it here. NMOS, metal 1. This terminal is connected here. Here. Save and DRC. Then select bit line bar and word line. So I'll select clock here for bit line and bit line bar. Clock. I'll assign name as bit line. Assign. Here I need to connect bit line bar. So there are two ways. Either we can use the facility given by Microwind. We can invert last clock, or we can simply connect inverter. We can assign this input to that inverter and output of inverter can be connected here. Two ways are present. Bit line. Invert last clock option is given, so I'll just select invert last clock, so automatically we'll get bit line bar. Assign bit line bar. Next is we need to select word line, and here you can see word line is connected to gate terminals of two N channel MOSFETs. So first we need to short these two gate terminals. Polysilicon, here also stretch this polysilicon. Short these two terminals and select word line. We'll make it slightly slower so that it will be easily visible in simulation. Now bit line is connected, bit line bar is connected, word line is connected, VDD and ground is also connected. The remaining thing is back to back connection of inverters. So here output of first inverter is connected to the input of second, and output of second inverter is connected to the input of first inverter. So this is output of first inverter, will connect it to input of second inverter. But here you can see when we short polysilicon, it can form single wire, but when metal and poly will overlap, it won't make any connection. So metal 1, polysilicon, even if they'll short, they won't make any connection. So to have connection, we'll select contact, metal poly contact, place it here so that it will be shorted. Similarly, this is output of first inverter is connected to input of second inverter. Now we need to connect output of second inverter to the input of first inverter. So we'll select polysilicon, Control U, polysilicon, metal will stretch from another side, select contact and place that contact here. DRC. No design rule violations. Design rules can be lambda rules or micron rules. So Here we'll compare our layout with schematic. Everything is connected. Q and Q bar are also connected. Inputs are connected. For outputs we have taken visible node. Next step is simulation. So here we don't want to see bit line and bit line bar, both signals at the output, only bit line is sufficient. So we'll just make it invisible in simulation. So not visible in simulation, assign. Even Q bar is not required in simulation, so not visible in simulation, assign, and then run the simulation. Here you can say this is bit line 0101, this is word line. So when word line is 1, then we can write data into SRAM, and when word line is 0, we can read data from SRAM. So here you can see when WL is 1, we are writing data present on bit line. So bit line is 0, so output is 0. Bit line is 1, so output is 1, 0, 1. So up to this point, word line is 1, so we are writing data. Whichever contents present on bit line are recorded inside SRAM. As soon as word line becomes 0, here it is 0. So we cannot write data, but we can read data. So what was last bit written? It was 1. So it will hold that data. So here you can see continuously data is 1 because last bit written was 1. Then again, as soon as word line becomes 1, again it will start writing external data, whichever data present on bit line. So here value present on bit line is 0101. So here also it is 0101. Again WL becomes 0 and our output will remain same as the last bit. So last bit was 1, so output is 1. Here you can choose rise times and fall times by proper selection of transistor sizes. So in this way 6 transistor SRAM cell works. We can write data, but we can store 1 bit at a time. Thank you so much for watching.